And good Saturday morning, everybody. Great to be back with you once again. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday so far. As you can see, I'm here solo this week. I got a message from my brother, my partner in crime, Shannon. He's got some things going on this morning, so he wasn't able to make it. He'll be back with us, though, next week. So you guys got to put up with me for the next 2 hours or so. So hopefully you can weather the storm. So hope everybody's doing well. It's a bit of a trying week this week. Had a little bit of a cold, still kind of hanging on a little bit. So you'll have to pardon me if I take a break here to blow my nose or whatever. But feeling better. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So, trying to think of anything else that was going on. I know we had talked about going to Santa's Village this week, but we just decided because it's getting kind of late in the year. They do a special thing through October at the amusement park, Santa's Village up in Jefferson, New Hampshire, which is one of our favorite places to go. So we decided that, maybe this year we'll forego it. And then next year we will make sure that we go sometime in July when it's nice and toasty warm. Because I don't know if you can see, but I've got. Let's see, what is today? Today is October 19th, and it is supposed to be 70 degrees out here today. And I'm down in the basement this morning, and I've got a t-shirt, I've got a hoodie, and then I've got a zip-up hoodie on because it is so cold. And it's not really probably cold for everybody. It's just cold for me because I do not have a thyroid. My thyroid died when I was in high school. The doctors say I had some kind of virus, and it killed off my thyroid, which is one of your it regulates your body temperature and stuff like that. And so if it gets below 80 degrees, I'm cold. So it's probably 60 degrees down here, maybe a little less, but to me it feels like it's like 30. So anyway, you don't want to hear about all that stuff. We want to see some comics, and we want to talk to the Peanut Gallery. So why don't we open up the doors and bring you guys right in? Here we go. And good morning to the ever-loving Peanut Gallery. Thank you all once again for hanging out with us, or me, this morning. Taking time out of your weekend to just sit around and share memories, share comics, talk, yak, whatever we do. So it's so great to have you all with us once again. We're going to start right off, as we always do, with Anthony Purdue. So all righty, and we've got Anthony Purdue with his childhood memory. So let's get right into it. Let's see. Here we go. He says, "Good morning, Peanut Peers. Jessica Cruz, A Green Lantern Story. Not the graphic novel of a year or two ago, but the Jessica Cruz I knew in third grade. We were a group of playground friends. Jessica, Rudy, Julian, and me. Sometimes one or two other kids would join us. One day we were talking about the Superman Aquaman show and what heroes we liked. Oh, cool. I never got to see that when it was on because we didn't get that, the channel that it was broadcast on. So I love it. Here we go. And he says, Jessica said she liked the Green Lantern episode. She joked about maybe getting a Green Lantern costume for Halloween. Are there girl Green Lanterns? She asked me. I told her there probably are. The next day at recess, she showed me the Green Lantern ring she made for herself. We both laughed, and Jessica was someone you liked being around. I missed my group of friends, and when I had to move away when we started fourth grade. Before I said goodbye to them, I gave Jessica one of my Green Lantern comic books. She said that she would always remember me. He says, in 1987, I ran into Rudy at a mall. We talked about our school days and our friends. Jessica died in a car crash a few years earlier. I was emotionally impacted, to say the least. That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. This comes to mind because on Wednesday, I was watching the Green Lantern episode from Superman Aquaman show on YouTube. Years before the graphic novel appeared, I had my own Jessica Cruz, a Green Lantern story. So nice. Thank you so much for that. I'm sorry to hear the tragedy that befell Jessica and her family, obviously. But that is a very touching story. Thank you so much, Anthony, as always, for a wonderful, wonderful memory from your childhood. We look forward to it every week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, and who else we got in here? Well, we've got, you know what's coming up next. Hold on. I gotta learn to click through. So here we go. Hold on. Here we go. All right, it's time for Easy Comic Reader and his comical musical stylings. And this morning, he's got one of my favorite, a song from one of my favorite singers back in the day, Jim Croce. And I was a big Jim Croce fan. Loved a lot of his work. I was first introduced to him with Bad Leroy Brown. You know, and I just loved that song, and it made me want to know more about him and more of his songs and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun to listen to his stuff, and he left us way too early. I remember, I think I was in sixth grade, if I'm not mistaken, when I heard the news that he had passed away. I believe it was in a plane crash, if I'm not mistaken, and it was very, very sad. I was so bummed. He was like the first musician that passed away that I felt personally impacted by his death. Because it was just, I was just so enamored with Bad Leroy Brown and a couple of his other. What was the one about the cowboy? Oh, I can't. How can I not know what that song is when it's a favorite? Don't mess around with Jim. Thank you. Okay. Well, today, let's see what Easy Comic Reader's got for us. He says, good morning, everyone. This one is for our friend in New York, Mr. Michael Taylor, to the tune of Operator by Jim Croce. Aha, dedicated to Mr. Michael Taylor. So here we go. I'm trying. I only had a couple of runs at this morning, so hopefully I won't butcher it up too bad, Easy. So here we go. Michael Taylor, he's always here to greet us all. CBM, he's really dedicated. I butchered that already. He's not living in LA. Knowing he's here always makes our day. I am just so butchering this. I'm pretty sure he likes his pterodactyl covers ungraded. I'm so screwed up on that. I apologize, Easy. That is terrible. That is going to be the worst job I think I've ever done. Not that I do any great jobs at all. But thank you so much for that. That is wonderful. I'm so sorry. I butchered that for both Easy and for Michael and for everybody that had to listen through that. Oh my gosh. Easy, thank you once again, my friend. Appreciate it. As always, the comic song of the day. Thank you so much, and great to have you with us once again, my friend. And I Am One of Us is here. Great to have you with us too. He says, hello, good morning, Rod and Shannon, to the Peanut Gallery. Well, good morning to you, I Am One of Us. Thank you so much for spending another Saturday with us. We really appreciate it. All righty, let's see what else is going on here. That's right. We've got Lady M, she of the Blue Wrench. Good morning, Maranya. Great to have you with us once again, as always, keeping us all in line. And Maranya says, wow, what a moving and inspiring story, Anthony. Absolutely it was. It's so nice. And all his memories are so nice. It's so nice that he shares them with us. Really look forward to that. Very cool. She also says, ECI, that's a great song for one of the Faithful Peanuts. Absolutely. Michael Taylor, we appreciate that as always. And she also says, good morning, Rod, Shannon, the Peanut Gallery, the studio audience, and Maranya's legion of peanut pets. Dun, dun, dun. Great to have you with us once again, Maranya. You got your job cut out for you, keeping us in line. And Eric K is with us once again. Hey, Eric, great to have you with us, my friend. He says, good morning, Rod, Shannon, and my friends in the Peanut Gallery. Happy Saturday. That's right. Happy Saturday, and a happy Saturday to you, Eric. Hope everything is going well, my friend. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. And Higgy Pop. That's right. Higgy Pop is with us once again. Higgy, thank you so much, man, for spending your Saturday here. He says, good morning to the Peanut Gallery. Yeah. And he says, hello to the Hot Rod and Shannon, the Bass Cannon. And as you guys can see, for those of you maybe just tuning in, Shannon is not with us this morning. He had a lot of things he had to get done and this morning. And so he's on special assignment. That's what we say. He's on special assignment. So he'll be back, though, next week. We'll be back and do it all over again. And the dynamic duo will be back together again. So I hope you'll join us then as well. And Quite Enough Sayer is with us. Hey, QNS. Great to have you with us. He says, bright day hellos. And a hello to you too, sir. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate that. And Maranya says, Higgy Pop, yep, get another belt. How are you and Hawk Dog doing today? I always, when I say Hawk Dog, it always sounds like I'm saying to myself in my head, it sounds like I'm saying hot dog, you know? It's I'm trying to make sure I say it properly, Hawk Dog, not hot dog. So, but let's see. That's the first pet mention of the day. So I'm going to try and get this down to where the first pet mention, that's when we go and run, whoops. Every time I click over and click back, it goes everywhere. So here we go. There we go. There we go. We want to know how's everybody's pet doing today. Just part of what we do here. I think most everybody here, if not everybody, pets aren't just pets. They are part of our family, man. I know we treat ours like they're our kids, and I'm sure you guys all treat them the same. So unconditional love from our pets. All righty. What else we got going on here? We got Maranya. She's saying good morning to QNS. And I am one of us says hello to Maranya. And Maranya says hi to I am one of us. And Tempest from Mars. Hey, Tempest. Great to have you with us once again, my friend. Thank you so much. Hope everything's going well and a good afternoon. That's right. I keep forgetting it's afternoon there. But and I think I saw you posted a video. I gotta get on that and watch that. So I'll be checking that out hopefully today. If not today, it'll be tomorrow. So today I've got a lot going on this afternoon. So we'll see. But definitely check out Tempest from Mars. Check out everybody, man, because everybody's got such cool channels. The Jackson Roykirk is with us once again. Hey, Jackson. He says, hello, folks, and a hello to you, Jackson. Thank you so much for hanging out with us once again, my friend. And Eric Breen, the professor himself, he says, do we get half our admission price back? You probably want it all back by now. After that screeching rendition of poor ECR's song tribute to Michael Taylor, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Eric, how you doing, buddy? I hope everything's going well for you, my friend. And thank you once again for hanging out here with us on a Saturday morning. The Jackson Roykirk says, that's why I heard that Santa was crying. Yeah. Absolutely. And Michael Taylor. Hey, Michael. Thank you so much, man. I hope, I don't know if I should say, I hope you got to listen to me sing the ECR's tribute to you, or happy that you missed it because I butchered that thing so bad. Oh my gosh. He says, hi, Rod, and hi to you, Michael. Thank you once again for hanging out, my friend. Appreciate it. Tempest from Mars says, didn't you only pay the OAP price to get in to start with, Eric? Higgy Bob says, hi, Rod. Solo. Yeah, we're flying solo today. My brother is, he's out doing some things, getting things done, but he'll be back next week. Maranya says, good morning from this side of the pond, TFM. Hello, Jackson. Sorry, no refunds, Eric. And good morning to you, Michael. She covered it all right there. Boom. And Ranger Sly, our neighbor to the north. How you doing, Ranger? Great to have you with us, my friend. Hope everything's going well up there in the frozen north, because I feel like I'm part of the frozen north right now. So great to have you with us once again, my friend. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Michael saying, hey to everyone. And Fanboy Prime. Hey, Fanboy Prime. Nice to have you back again. Great to see you. He says, just finished my live. Did I miss anything? Well, you just missed a really, really horrendous edition of me trying to sing a wonderful song that ECR wrote for Michael Taylor here, one of our peanuts. And so that's about all you've missed so far. So thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday and hang with us. Appreciate it. Maranya says, good morning to Ranger, and you're right on time, fanboy. There you go. And Graphic Man, hey, Micah. How you doing, man? He said, Rod is staying warm. So am I. These Gil Kane books produce great heat. See, I thought of something positive to say. Very good, Micah. I'm glad to see that the therapy is working out. So, oh, man. Great to have you. If you haven't had a chance to see it, and I haven't yet, but I'm going to, he did a great show on his, man, this is becoming a regular thing now, where all of a sudden words that are used a lot just for some reason escape me. Man, I cannot think of them. I can't think of it. I've got it right there on the tip of my. You are seeing senility in action right now. So, Micah, I can't remember what it is that you showed that you made. The I keep wanting to call them pods, and I know they're not pods. Doggone it! I cannot remember what that word is for them. That's scary. Not podzines. What? Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway, check out Graphic Man's latest video show from last Wednesday night. I've got to check it out myself. I started to watch it and I got torn away, and I've got to go back and finish watching it. So check it out. He says, "Hello, world. Don't worry, no canes were harmed." And Gray Man, all the way from across the pond again. How you doing, sir? Great to have you with us. He says, "Aloha, folks." Oh, maybe he's vacationing in Hawaii. Maybe is that what you're doing, Gray Man? Literally loving Gray Man's work that he's been doing. Tremendous, prolific work on doing like audio ads from the house ads. If you guys haven't checked any of those out, you need to do that. Also, I got to thank ECR for introducing me to, I believe it's Your Father's podcast where they play music and stuff. I listened to one not too long ago, like a week ago, and it was a blast. So please put that up there. Well, I can't think of his name that for that podcast, but definitely put that in the, write that in the chat there, because I'd love to tell everybody about that, because that was super cool. I really enjoyed that, and that's going to become a regular thing in my YouTube or podcast rotation. So cool beans. Ranger Sly saying he's laughing at Graphic Man, and he's saying howdy to Gray Man, and Tempest from Mars saying, "All right, Gray Man." And Ironhide 84, great to have you back once again, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. He says, "Good morning to all, and a good morning to you, sir. Thank you for hanging out." The Jackson Roykirk says, "You mean you burned the Kane books, Graphic Man?" Oh, man. I'm still trying to think of, I can't, now it's a matter of principle that I want to think of what the word that I'm trying to think of. Man, Fanboy Prime says, "That was a tragic but great story. She made her impact in this life." Absolutely. That's a good way to put it. She made her impact. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Jay Lucian, hey, how you doing, Jay? Great to have you with us, my friend. He says, "Hey, Doc." Hey. He says, "Hey to Jackson." Fanboy Prime says, "Hi to Maranya." And Maranya says, "Good morning to Micah, and aloha, Gray Man, Lady Lisa, and Papalina Ballerina." Jay Lucian says, "Hi to Maranya." And Michael Taylor says, "Thank you so much, ECR. I'm flattered." It was a great song. Just was not the greatest singer trying to do it. So Gray Man says, "Hi to Ranger Sly." And Werewolf by Lunchtime is with us once again. Cool beans. Thank you so much for joining us, Werewolf. We appreciate it. He says, "D, Rico, and myself are late, but still looking forward to the show." Well, thank you so much, man. I mean, means a lot to me for all you guys to spend part of your Saturday and hang out here. It means a lot to both me and Shannon. So thank you guys so much. Graphic Man says, "Hello to Michael Taylor." Ranger Sly says, "Howdy, Werewolf." Jay Lucian says, "You don't tug on Superman's cape." Yes. That was what hooked me right there in that song. Was, oh man, he mentions the Lone Ranger, he mentions Superman. If this guy is a singer mentioning comic book characters, he's my new favorite singer. So absolutely. Maranya says, good morning, Jay, Werewolf, and Rico behaving himself today? And Werewolf says, hey, Sly, he's giving away. Eric Breen, the professor, says, I had hippie cousins that got me into music very young. I remember being crushed when Janis Joplin died. Now, I know, obviously, I know who Janis Joplin is, and I know of her music. At the time, though, I did not know Janis Joplin's music. I think the only song that I knew of hers, didn't she do Me and Bobby McGee? I think I knew that one, but I didn't like her version because I had grown up on a country western version. But I've since learned more about her contributions and everything like that, and her place in music. And she definitely left us way too early. So very cool, very cool. And Michael Taylor says, yeah, Jim Croce's plane crashed into a tree. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, it's funny how I can't remember a word that I'm trying to remember, but I can remember learning. I remember I can picture myself where I was standing in the classroom and everything when they told me that Jim Croce plane. They just found out that Jim Croce's plane crashed. So I mean, it was yeah. I mean, I was so bummed, man. It was. Easy Comic Reader says, you done great, Hot Rod. Oh, well, you are way too kind. Either that or you need hearing aids. But thank you so much, Easy. Thank you so much for contributing that, as always, to the show. We look forward to it. And despite our efforts sometimes, you know, we try, but it does not diminish the work that you put into it by any stretch. So thank you so much. And Michael Taylor says, good morning, Maranya, and thank you. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Rico rarely behaves himself, Maranya, but is still a good boy. Sort of. Jay Lucian says, Breen loves it when the hosts sing. Somehow I'm not getting that vibe, Jay. And Michael Taylor says, hi to Micah. And Higgy Pop, he says, hey, Maranya, all is well, and Hawk Dog is doing fine. Hawk Dog is doing fine. Jay Lucian says, yo to Higgy. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, hey, Jay. Triple C, hey, Rob. Thank you so much for joining us once again, my friend. He says, good morning, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Yes, sir. Excuse me. And thank you very much. And hope everything's going well for you. Getting ready for another claim sale today after the show, about 12:45. Scoot on over to Triple C's channel and check out some comics. Pick up some comics. $2 a piece. Free shipping. So you got two chances to do it. You got Saturday today at 12:45, or Monday night at I think it's like 6:30. I think 6:30, 7 o'clock with Psychotronic Squirt Gun Aaron. They both kind of team up and double team you on Saturdays and Mondays, where you can get $2 books and free shipping. Come on, you can't beat that, right? Cool beans. Thank you so much for joining us, Rob. Appreciate it. I just opened up. I haven't opened up yet. But I just got the latest bunch of books from you. So thank you so much for sending those out. I greatly appreciate it, my friend. I'm looking forward to opening those up, inventorying them, and then getting them into the collection. So thank you so much. The Jackson Roykirk says, Shirley! I'm not sure where Shirley comes from, but Grayman says, good morning, Maranya. And the Jackson Roykirk says, Triple C and Grayman. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Jackson. Oh, that's right. Shirley from Shirley and Laverne from last week. Took me away a little bit to catch up. Ranger Sly says, just notice the secret squirrel stuff in the background. Yeah, it's a costume. I believe it's a Ben Cooper costume. Of Secret Squirrel, all the way from, I think it's from like late 60s. I'm not sure, but yep. So figured we'd throw that out there, seeing how this is the month for Halloween, and I hope everybody's having fun during this Halloween season. I know I went to one of those Halloween spirit stores. I don't know if you guys have them out where all of you guys are, but we have several around here. And man, I just picked up so many cool things. Look at this. There's a ray gun from Rick and Morty. Just cool things like that. Little look, you got little ghosts. You could put on your head and turn them on. Woo, spooky, spooky. So just little cool things, and I'm a sucker for little gadgets and doodads and stuff like that. I know I had a couple other things here, but think I can find them? No, of course not. That's how well organized I am here. So, alrighty, where was I? Here we go. Michael Taylor says Triple C was in a video on the Comics Den YouTube channel. The video is called Selling Rare Comic Books and Published Art to Local Collectors. That's cool. Wow. I'll have to check that out. Comics Den YouTube channel. Hold on. Because if I don't write it down right now, I'll forget, and I'll be off on my stuff when I get done here. All my chores I got to do. So, Comics Den and Selling Rare Comics. Okay, cool beans. Thank you so much for that, Michael. Appreciate that, my friend. Everybody check that out if you get a chance. And Ranger Sly says, howdy to Rob. And Michael Taylor says, Triple C, I saw you in a Comics Den video. There you go. He says, yeah, Jim Croce was great. One of the great songwriters. He always, because I've never been a hard rock and roll guy. Jim Croce really wasn't a rock and roll. What was he? He was more of like a folk singer kind of, in my mind anyway. But he was pop a little bit, because he was very popular at that time. Just when he passed away, he was very, very popular. And it's just imagine, do this with a lot of people, singers, songwriters that have passed away. Just imagine what they could have done. Just imagine what they could have done. They've done such great stuff up to that point. Just imagine where it could have gone. And it really, really, that's the tragedy of it. Of course, with the family and all that stuff. But I remember like Marty Robbins, another favorite singer of mine, died in racing cars. And it's just like, I love Marty Robbins' ballad. To me, he was the king of the gunfighter ballads. And, there's just so much he could have done, and we'll never know, so great. Thank you, Michael. And Maranya says, good morning to Triple C. Maranya says, Laverne, you and Shirley better behave yourself. Rico will be keeping an eye on you, and so will I. And Michael Taylor saying, bravo, Roger. Well, thank you, Michael. You're laughing. Tempest from Mars says, Doc, have you seen the McFarlane Starman, Green Lantern, and Owlman? Yes. My brother Shannon showed me last week, and I went and did I order it? Yes, I did, because I had to go through Toy Wiz. I went on McFarlane's site, and it was already, it didn't say sold out. It just said unavailable. So I went to another site, and they said unavailable. And I went to Toy Wiz, and they still had it up. So I put in my order for that. So yes, I did get that ordered. That was super cool. Shannon showed me, sent me some pictures of it. And so I'm really psyched to get that. Anything JSA like that, that is just too cool. I'll tell you the other thing. Two people are responsible for, Shannon and Jeff, Comic Curator 68. They both gave me information regarding Atlas Seaboard Migos that you can get from Walmart. And so they did, I think there's 3 characters. There's Hands of the Dragon, the Protector, and the Grim Ghost. And I just love the Grim Ghost one. So I put in a pre-order for the Grim Ghost. How cool is that? Whoever thought they would make any action figures or Migos of Atlas Seaboard characters, right? You know, I'd love to get all 3, but you know, there's still there. You know, there's not a whole lot of money to go around. So yeah, we have to budget. So yeah, when I saw that, it was just like, yes, I wanted to have the Grim Ghost, because I do have a couple of the Grim Ghosts. I think I need one more issue of Grim Ghost. So yes, very, very cool, Tempest. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Got it ordered. Got them ordered. Yeah, baby. Lead Paint. Hey, Lead Paint. Great to have you with us, Greg. Thank you so much. Good morning. And I got to apologize to you because I have not had a chance yet to do the appropriate AOK video. And I was planning on doing it last weekend. Time got away from me, and then didn't feel good in the middle of the week and everything. But it's coming. It's coming because I got one for you. And Mr. Rigor Mortis for doing his cover artwork for me, and then I got some other books that I'm going to show from Triple C and Aaron, Psychotronic Squirt Gun Aaron, that I want to put into videos. So I apologize for not having it done yet. I got no excuse. You know, I've got reasons, but no excuses. So thank you again so much for that book. It's upstairs right now because I was in the middle of reading it 2 days ago, and I just haven't gotten back to it yet. So very cool. The Heroes Inc. with Wally Wood. Very cool. Very cool. So thank you once again, Lead Paint. And thank you for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate it. World by Lunchtime says, I surely can't believe Rico can believe what happened last week, Maranya. Whew. Higgy Pod says, don't worry about forgetting words, Rod. Yesterday I left the house and forgot to put pants on. I've never actually done that. I've had dreams about that, though. You know, going to school, getting on the school bus and realizing I don't have any pants on. You know, it's bizarre. But I've never actually done it, Iggy. How did that turn out for you? Oh my gosh. Rage is laughing too. Yeah. Micah Taylor says, Micah makes pulps. Thank you so much. I knew it was a P. Began with a P. Thank you so much, Michael. That was driving me crazy. Pulps. Yes, Micah had a whole show on pulps that he made and stuff like that. Definitely check it out. Thank you so much. Doggone, I couldn't remember that. To save my life, I couldn't remember that. Thank you so much, Michael, man. Saved me once again, brother. Thank you so much. He says, is that what you were thinking about, Rod? Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Thank you, Michael. Very cool. Just not cool for me not to be able to remember that stuff. Like I said, that was senility in action right there in front of you. So thank you once again, Michael. And Crazy Hungarian Joe, how you doing? Thank you so much for hanging out with us once again. He says, good morning, all. And Joe put up a new video last night. I watched it before I went to bed. Very cool. Definitely check out his stuff. He had some really cool stuff, man. So check it out. Crazy Hungarian Joe. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. The Jackson Worker says, me? I'm an angel, Maranya. RDV, hey, how you doing? Great to have you with us, sir. He says, hello, live from the Mall of America in Minnesota. Uh-oh. Is Hulk Hogan there? Is Rick Rude going to show up? Only wrestling fans will get that whole thing. So, but I think RDV might get it. Ramanya says, hey there, RDV. The Jackson Worker says, an angel. Too many time writing and friend. I know you got to remember the and friend. Tempest from Mars says, that made the news over here, Higgy. And Michael Taylor saying, hi, RDV. I keep wanting to say RVD, obviously, because of being a wrestling fan. Rob Van Dam, RVD, the whole darn show. Maranya says, ha, I see those horns holding up in your halo. Those horns holding up your halo, Laverne, she says. Easy Comic Rita says, the Catman Jack Show. Yes, yes, thank you. Gray Man and his papa, yes. If you get a chance, guys, and you love really great music, old-time music type of stuff, 50 swing and stuff like that, Easy Comic Rita hit it right on the Catman Jack Show. Man, I found out about that through Easy Comic Rita and Gray Man, and I love it. I love it, and I am going to be tuning in much more to listen to that stuff. It was a blast listening to that. I had it on. I played it twice. I had it on. My wife is like, "What are you listening to?" And I told her, and she said, I kind of like that, she says. So it's like, yes, score one. Yes. So thank you so much, ECR, for remembering that. Thank you. RDV says, this mall never ends. RDV also says, I need a scooter. Higgy Pop says, wow, Tempest, I'm embarrassed. Oh. Maranya says, ECR, are you, Dolly June, and Amos Moses doing? How are you and Dolly June, and Amos Moses doing? I love Amos Moses, the fact that he named Amos Moses. Excuse me. Obviously, because I love a big Jerry Reed fan. Love that song, Amos Moses. Amos Moses was a Cajun. He lived by himself in the swamp. Hunted alligators for a living. You just knock him in the head with a stone. Michael Taylor says, meant makes better grammar. RDV, we're not grammar police here, though. RDV says, too much walking. It's like Lord of the Rings. Sounds like he's having a rough time making his way through the mall. ECR says, we are doing great, Maranya. Cool beans. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, you should be in heaven then, RDV. You get to act out your favorite movie. He says, Jackson, I don't see you. Where are you and your orc friends? Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Janice died 1 year before I was born. So, but yeah, another. How many musicians died before their time? It's just a real shame. A real shame. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, we're coming up behind you. Look out, RDV. All right, Maranya's put down the line. So that means she wants to see some comics. So we'll set that right up now. I got all kinds of stuff here today. I don't know what you guys want to see. I got some Halloween themed stuff. I got some new stuff that I just got in over the last week or two. I got some old superhero stuff. I got a couple of 2-3 new books, brand new ones that I just bought. just out. So let's see. Why don't we go with, seems how it's Halloween, let's start off with some spooky stuff. Let's start off with some spooky stuff. Alrighty. So we're going to start off with some House of Secrets. And this is number 49, Captives of the Parallel World, a Mark Merlin mystery. And here we go with number 61. And this one here, this actually is a sought after book, and it is the introduction of Eclipso. I love Eclipso. Is that another Mark? Yeah, it's another Mark Merlin battles Dr. Seven, King of the Supernatural. Did they spell supernatural? Yeah, okay. So very cool. I was really interested in getting that because I just love Eclipso, the character. Here we go with number 62, The Three Faces of Fear. And because, I got to represent my brother, even though he's not here, there we go. Boom. Multi-copy syndrome. This one here has seen better days, but it's number 63. It's got a little water damage up here on the logo, but still, it's got another Eclipso story in it, along with another Mark Merlin. So, and here we go with number 64. Looks kind of spooky. Got some ghosts going on there. Chasing around Mark Merlin. And now we shift to the scarier version of House of Secrets. This is number 83. Dun, dun, dun. Those pesky kids. They're always getting in trouble. And here is House of Secrets number 100. That one there is tough to see, especially when it's in a bag that's probably, 300 years old. I don't know. But this is one of my favorite covers. Of course, it's done by Neil Adams. So what's not to love, right? Number 87. I'd love to fill in this run of his covers on House of Secrets. They're a little pricey, though. So, but this is just cool. I just like this one. And there's those kids again. Always getting into trouble, man. And here is House of Secrets number 88. And I like this time period. The end of the Silver Age, beginning of the Bronze Age, where they put this little thing up here. I like that. So here's House of Secrets, and this is number 88. With the stereotypical damsel with the flowing nightgown running away from something scary, looking over her shoulder. And that poor girl kept running until she ran into this cover, which is from number 95. And there she is. See? She just ran right into this cover and became the Bride of Death. Dun, dun, dun. 25 cents, 48 pages. Here we go with number 98. Now we're at 52 pages for 25 cents. And here we go. This guy is, he's got some serious problems. So, but those kids, there they are. They're back. They're always looking in people's basements. What's up with them? Jeez. Great cover. And Here is this a replica? Yeah, this has got to be a facsimile, I think. Let me just check something real quick. No, maybe not. Maybe I did upgrade it. Okay. Remember the one I showed you with the horrendous bag, tough to see? Number 100? Well, here's number 100 in much better condition. It just looks in too good a condition to be a regular book. I want to say it's like, but the pages look like they're off color. So, you guys ever run into that? You be going through your collection and all of a sudden you pull a book and it's like, I don't remember buying that. It's cool that I have it. I'm glad I have it, but I don't remember buying that. So, and here's the last representative of the House of Secrets, number 127, Death Playing Pool. Maybe it's the ghost of Minnesota Fats. I don't know. Willie Moscone and Minnesota Fats. And now we're on to some Tales of the Unexpected. And this one here is autographed by DS. I have a few books from DS, whoever that was. They decided they felt the need to autograph the covers. So here we go with number 86, Tales of the Unexpected. Bum, bum, bum. And here is number 90 with a fantastic Green Glob adventure. A Tiger Man. Before Atlas Comics, Atlas Seaboard. This is the original Tiger Man. And here we go with number 91. And I'm sorry you guys have to put up with me. I don't have the knowledge that my brother has. Shannon, he's got the knowledge. He could tell you who the artist was and stuff like that. I just don't have that. I cannot. I've tried. I mean, I can tell you when it's a Neil Adams or a Jim Aparo or Buscema, Romita Senior, but I just can't. I could not. How I marvel at the amount of knowledge he has in his head when it comes to artists and all that stuff. Incredible stuff. So you got to put up with me and my transient knowledge. Yeah. Number 91. Did I just show that? Yeah, I'm bringing myself again. There we go. Yeah. Boom. All right. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Here we go with number 92, Captive of the Giant Raindrops. They're all just a bunch of drips. And here's number 93. I was the evolution de-evolution man. Dun, dun, dun. With a mega head. Look at that melon. Oh my gosh. It's like Mr. Magoo on steroids or something. You've done it again. And his number 94, which begins their little stretch of go-go checks. So we got an Automan story in this one. And it's Make Way for the Monster Mayor of the USA. Some go-go checks, baby. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there we go. Let's take those and put them down here for now. Yeah. Okay. And I'll throw a few more on there. How's that? All right. We got number 95. More go-go checks. And I got a little bit of news on my Go-Go Checks quest. I'll be adding to it. I've got some in a stack right here that I was able to pick up. Number 96. Just fun stuff. And just had something pop up right in the middle of my screen there. I don't know why or how. Here we go. Automan versus Mutant Man. Number 97. Purple cover. Purple cover. Go-Go Checks. Automan. Wonder what ever happened to Automan. He's very reminiscent of Cliff Steele, Robot Man from Doom Patrol. So, and here is number 99. Rampage of the Energy Beings. And number 100, Judy Blonde, Secret Agent. The Flying Sorcerer. Big Dino. Cool beans. Love them Go-Go Checks, man. And that's the end of the Go-Go Checks run for them, I believe. Although I don't see my 101. That's out of... Oh, nope, that's not it. So that's probably out, probably even the rack right here. Here we go with number 102, the Death Race. Dun, dun, dun. Cool beans. And number 103, Unforgettable Thriller, ABC to Disaster. H-bomb. Out of my way, I must stop that boy before he finishes the word and bombs us all. Dun, dun, dun. So, there we go. All righty. Put you down there. Okay. All right. So, thank you once again, Maranya, for keeping me in line with the line. Appreciate that. RDV says, I hope there is a comic shop in this mall, but I doubt it. Yeah, it may be. That's a huge mall. It's like the biggest mall, right, in the country. So I found a guy who does videos on malls and whether they're like dying off or not. And he goes inside and he takes you all around, shows you all the different stores and stuff like that. It's pretty fascinating. He did quite a few of them up my area, which I was familiar with. So it was cool to see him on there and stuff like that. But very cool. Mike Taylor says, I feel very honored to be the focus of an ECR song. It's very nice and well deserved. I know ECR has been doing some dedicated songs here lately, and he's enjoying it. And so it was a very nice little tribute, Michael. So Easy Comic Reader says, you are welcome, brother. Yeah, there we go. Fist bump. You got it. Michael Taylor says, very cool ray gun. Looks like something out of Flash Gordon. It does kind of. That's kind of what I bought it, because I'm not a huge Rick and Morty fan. I know of them, and I've seen a few of their cartoons, but it's just very cool. All the lights, shiny. So, but just cool stuff like that. I'm a sucker. They had huge guns, ray guns from Mars Attacks. They had those, but they wanted like over $100 for them, I think it was, But they were cool because they were kind of reminiscent of like Lost in Space, the space rifles that they had, But they were very cool, and I'm like, oh boy, but $100, I just couldn't. No. If I'd have ever done that, my wife would have killed me, and Shannon would be doing the show by himself now. Eric Breen, the professor, he says that's not the first time cartoon birdies have been flying around Rod's head. No, 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 no. No, no, sir. Man, I tell you what, I the one time I really remember seeing stars and stuff, I was working, I worked for a cable company for 40 years, right? It was a split level house, so they had like a little overhang, right? Split level raised ranch. I had on my hard hat and I was doing something, hooking up their cable to a ground block and grounding it and everything like that. Well, stupid me totally forgot. And I stood up. And when I stood up, man, I hit that overhang, man, put me right back on my can. And I think I was out for like a second or two because I was like, and yeah, I saw the birdies and the stars. That was crazy. I still remember that to this day. Oh my gosh. Knocked me right out. RDV says, hey, Eric. And Michael Taylor says, you're welcome, Rod. No, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am one of us says, give Rod more thumbs. I appreciate that. I am one of us. Definitely hit the thumbs up if you feel like it. If not, I understand. RDV says, I will keep you in memory while my knees ache from walking on concrete. Yeah, I'm with you there. When I go to the mall and do a little bit of walking to get some exercise, by the end, my right knee lets me know, okay, why don't we take it easy now? Let's go get some pizza. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, I just had Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees arrive in the post. Heard good things. Very cool. RDV says, I used to get Jim Croce mixed up with Joe Cocker. Now, if I'm thinking of the right Joe Cocker, how did you get him mixed up? Wasn't Joe Cocker more of a screamer? Yeah, there you go, Jackson. That says it all. What? Moranya says, belated good morning to Lead Paint. There we go. And Michael Taylor says, the list goes on and on. The great singers, songwriters that died too early could have done so much more great songs. Lennon, Morrison, just to name a few. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was funny. It's not funny. Not funny, haha. But yeah, it is. It's very, very tragic when you think about it, So absolutely, Michael. Ranger Sly says, Micah. Is that pulp and mica put together? Mulca. Micah's pulp episode was awesome. Cool beans. Yeah, I started watching it. I got to finish it because it looked like it was really good. I didn't get that deep into it. Excuse me. But yes, I want to check it out. And like I said, if you get a chance, definitely check out Micah's video because I've heard really good things about it. So thank you, Ranger. Easy Comic Reader says 10-4 Ranger, great video, cool beans. Lead Paint says no problem, Rod, no video necessary, my friend. No, it's necessary for me because it means a lot to me when somebody sends something from their personal collection. It means a lot to me, and I just apologize for not being able to get it done in an appropriate time frame. So I apologize to you and to Mr. Rigor Mortis, and it will be corrected, sir, soon. So no worries there, Greg. I just, that's just on me. I like to do that because, like I said, it means an awful lot to me for somebody to do that. So I feel it needs to get recognized for the cool awesomeness that it is. So thank you for your understanding. Trusty Sidekick, hey, how you doing, Trusty? Great to have you with us, my friend. He said, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. I love it, man. Well, by lunchtime says, hey, sit on it, Shirley. Sorry, wrong show. That's right. That's Fonzie, right? Sit on it. The Jackson Murkirk says, Trusty. Diabetic Superman. Hey, DS, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Appreciate it. He says, hey to everyone. Good morning, sir. And Ranger Slice, he's laughing out loud at Werewolf by Lunchtime, man. And Trusty Sidekick says, Creator. Maranya says, Trusty. Maranya says, hey there, DS. How are you and Shadow doing today? Yes, yes, yes. We want to know. Trusty Sidekick, hey, Maranya. And Diabetic Superman says, we're doing good. Thank you very much, Maranya. Cool beans. RDV says, I forgot WCW Nitro was at Mall of America. I'm going to have to do a YouTube search. There you go. There you go. Hulk Hogan and Rick Rude. Wasn't that where Rick Rude showed up like the night after he was on Raw? Something like that. It was funny. Big deal. Big deal. Eric Breen says, hey, RDV, not ignoring you. I was driving. How are you, my friend? The Jackson Rourke says, the problem with Eclipso is that he was always overshadowed by the dark side of the moon. It's it. And his favorite group was what? Pink Floyd, right? That's what he would listen to. Absolutely. I agree with you, Jackson. Jay Lucian says, RDV, yep, the premiere episode of Nitro was there. The big Lex Luger reveal. Was it? Oh, maybe it's Lex Luger I'm thinking of. Was it Lex Luger I was thinking of Rick Rude? Maybe it was Lex Luger. I think you might be well, I'm not thinking you might be right. I'm thinking I might be wrong. So, yeah, that could be it. Jay says, Jackson Roykirk, I laughed. Not proud of it, but I laughed. Michael Taylor says, even when I start collecting comics again, House of Secrets is a title I'd like to collect. Never had it before. I didn't buy a whole lot of them because when I was buying, when I was a kid, they were, by the time I knew of them, they were already onto the horror stuff. And I was not a big horror comic guy. In the 70s, in the Bronze Age, I've told you before, I was a superhero guy. I just loved the superhero good versus evil morality play type of thing. And I was into that. But I did pick up, I did pick up like Marvel's Werewolf by Night, Frankenstein Monster. I didn't get so much into the Dracula one, but those other two I did. And The Living Mummy I liked as well. And it was the Golem, I think was another one, Golem. So, but yeah, I like those. So I didn't really get into the House of Secrets until in the 80s. That's when I started really doing heavy back issue collecting and wanting to, all these things that I saw in house ads. I wanted to read those stories. So I would go and pick them up as I could. I still don't have a large House of Secrets horror section. I got the House of Secrets with Eclipso and Prince Ramen and all that stuff, the Go-Go Checks and all that. I got those and stuff like that. And maybe I'm also getting House of Mystery confused with it too, I think. But I never really got into those until like the 80s and come to appreciate them much more. So I'm still picking them up here and there. Especially Neil Adams stuff. If it's got a Neil Adams cover or a Neil Adams story, I'm real interested in it. But very cool indeed. The Jackson Marker says, you love my jokes. Absolutely. We all do. We're not fooling anybody. We all love you. Michael Gallant, hey, great to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us. He says, good morning, everyone, and good morning to you, Michael. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us. And let's see, I'm going to try and move that down a little bit. So instead of having it always, there we go. There we go. How's that? How you can instead of well, maybe you want it blocking my face. So Jay says the Jackson Murcook. I will neither confirm nor deny that. Playing it safe. Way to go, Jay. He says good morning to Michael Gallant. Am I reading that right, Gallant? Yeah. Because my left eye is bad. So, Werewolf by Lunchtime says, all those Wrightson covers, beautiful. Yeah, see, now Wrightson was somebody that I did not really know or have a whole great deal of knowledge about. I know I've seen some of his covers back in the day, but he was one that I came to appreciate in the 80s when I was picking up a lot of these horror books. So, I mean, you're never too old to learn. Jay Lucian says, yep, that's what happened to me, Rod. And I love it when that happens. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Southern Comic Geek. Hey, great to have you with us. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. He says, a DS pedigree book. Yes. Cool beans. Michael Taylor says, there was a Twilight Zone episode where this guy got his wish to play Minnesota. Yes. Jack Klugman, wasn't it? Wasn't Jack Klugman the one who played the role? I think he was, yeah. And he wanted to beat the Minnesota Fats of the story anyway. I don't think they called him Minnesota Fats. And it was played by Jonathan Winters, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And he found out that winning the big match wasn't exactly what it was cracked up to be. So yes, Michael, big Twilight Zone fan. So yeah, I'm right with you. Diabetic Superman says that girl in the white gown sure gets around. Wasn't she on the cover of an old detective comics? Oh yeah, she made her way through a lot of covers. So absolutely, I would not put it past her. She didn't know. She didn't know what she was doing. Tempest from Mars says that Unexpected 93 is an amazing cover. Yes. I have to see which one. Oh, they're behind me. But yes, there's a lot of really good, really cool covers on them. And I know I probably give the impression that I'm sometimes I'm a cover buyer, but really the only covers that I would buy just for a cover is a Neil Adams one, and I still want to read the story. But most of the books I buy for the story because I want to read the story. And like I said, a lot. I don't have a huge horror selection. It's mostly superheroes, and it's because I love the characters. So very cool indeed. Michael Taylor says that head and face remind me of Elmer Fudd. Yeah, on that cover. Yeah, absolutely, he did. I'm coming to destroy your city. Maranya says, good morning to you, SCG. Absolutely. Michael Taylor says, fantastic House of Secrets and Unexpecteds. Thank you, Michael. It's just some of the collection of those. I don't know if you can see the box behind me, but it's right. Well, let me just put that down. But I got the box right here. I just took them out of there. This box is like crammed full of House of Secrets and House of Mystery and all those kind of issues, series like that. So I wanted to have it handy for a Halloween edition here. So RDV says, I'll check in later on Instagram and Twitter, grabbing some breakfast. All right, we'll get some breakfast. It's the best meal of the day sometimes. I know when me and the missus go out to eat, a lot of times, if the restaurant still serves breakfast at like 1 p.m, I'll get breakfast. I just love eating breakfast. Home fries. Oh, I love home fries. Home fries, pancakes, or French toast, and some kind of regular toast. Miranda says, be careful, RDV. And Beckerman. Hey, Beckerman. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. He says, good morning, everyone. Checking in from the car line to get an oil change. Oh, there you go. I got to do that myself. I get it next couple of weeks here. I got to get to the oil guys and haven't changed my oil in my car for the winter. So cool beans. Well, thank you so much for jumping in and hanging out with us, man. Mariah says, good morning, Beckerman. That sounds fun. Not. How have you and Cat Murdoch been doing? There we go. He says, old Cat Murdoch has been hiding under a warm blanket last I saw. I am so jealous of him. That's the place to be, right? Under a warm blanket on a day like today, for me anyway. Yes, sir, Bob. Mariah says, I am too. It's 48 degrees here, and like Rod, it feels like 30s or lower to me. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I am just not. The older I get, and of course, yeah, we all know my freaking health issues. So but it's just the older I get, and I grew up here with these harsh winters. The older I get, the harder it is for me to deal with winter. It ain't even winter yet, and I'm already whining and crying to my wife. Oh, I don't want to play in winter. I don't want to play, But I don't know. What are you gonna do? It's not like I can just pick up and I don't know how folks do it when they have collections like this and they move. I don't know how they do it because that would just drive me crazy trying to pack up all this stuff. Oh my gosh, no. This will probably be where it all ends for me is right here in this house. So, and my son actually, I've told you before, neither one of my kids, my daughter or my son, really are they're not comic book fans at all. But I did learn that my son says that he plans on getting the comic book collection, and my daughter plans on getting our Department 56 collectibles stuff. So he says, yeah, and I was very, very touched when he said, yeah, of course, there's going to be, probably sell off the majority of it and whatnot. He says, but there are some that I'm going to keep, like your Hulk #2 signed by Stanley. He says, I'm going to keep that and I'm going to put that in like a frame. And I was like, oh man, I was really touched by that. So, okay, well, but all right, we got another line. That means we got time for some more comics. Man, it is already 20 past 11. Wow, this is flying by. All right, so let's see. Let's go to these right here. These are some stuff that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks, here and there. Metarog did a great video on ACG characters like Nemesis, and I'm one of those few that tried to collect all of Nemesis, and it was his video that pointed out there were some issues of Adventures of Unknown Worlds, which I believe is the comic that Nemesis appeared in. There were a couple issues where Nemesis has a story in the book, but he's not on the cover. And I did not know that. So I got to thank Metarog for that information. And I want to pass this along to Metarog in case he's a completionist like I am. I found this book, Avengers of the God Nemesis, ACG. And I think it's just reprints, and it's in black and white. So I much prefer color. But it's just one of those oddball things if you're a completionist type of deal, and I try to be a lot of times, but they have some great look at so old time, look at that. And this is what they were producing. This is from what year was this? Whoops. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it does not say what year in the indicia. So I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. And I don't know. I don't think there's. Look, they got an ad for Herbie. Who? Herbie. But so Roger, if you're watching or if you happen to watch this and a replay, there you go. There's something to add to your Nemesis collection. You can find it there. It's real inexpensive. You can find it right on eBay. So, all right, here we go. This is an issue that I needed to complete this run for me. Super Team Family. It's number 6. So this puts to bed my Super Team Family series. Now I've completed that. So very happy to have this in the collection and to complete that run. And then, like I said before, I didn't buy a lot of Dracula books, but I'm trying to get all the, what is it, like 1975. Marvel did a lot of giant-sized books, and I think I finally got a compiled list of all their giant-sized books. So I'm still slowly picking them up. And this is giant-sized Dracula number 4, 50-cent square bound. So thrilled to have that. Add that to the old collection and read the story, because I didn't read a whole lot of Dracula, the Dracula books. I remember the Dracula crossovers with like Werewolf by Night and Frankenstein. And that was the extent of my Dracula. I did have, back in when they first came out, I did have the first like 3 issues and stuff like that, but they were long since gone. Probably thrown out with the first round of my comics being thrown out. All right, here we go with another cool series that I like, Archie Adventure series. It's Adventures of the Jaguar. This is number 6, if I'm not mistaken, which means all I need now to complete that is number 9, and it's not terribly expensive. So at some point I'll do that, but it's always tough to pick out when you've got a limited budget which ones you want to pick out. But here is the Adventures of the Jaguar number 6. I think that's the cat lady. No, that's not. Yeah, Cat Girl. Yeah, Cat Girl. So I like those. You know, me and Shannon talks about it all the time. Those obscure characters, you know, MLJ characters and stuff like that we really love. Here we go. I think this is an upgrade for me. This is Marvel Spotlight number 27 with the Submariner. My off the rack copy is like well read and pretty worn. So, and I picked this one up. This is, I'm still trying to, if anybody sees me on when I go to Triple C's claim sale, I'm usually picking up a bunch of these books when he has them. The Warlord, and I finally picked up number 2. So I think number 1 is really the most expensive of the group. So now I'm closing in. So I still need quite a few because this was quite a long run. So, but it's pretty cool. And speaking of number 2s, here's another number 2. The Champions. Very cool. This is another series that I used to have, and I don't know what happened to it, but it disappeared from my collection. And so I'm trying to slowly piece those together. These were pretty good stories, I remember. And I liked all the characters. Oh, yeah, here's the Golem I mentioned earlier. Yeah, the Golem. Strange Tales, number 176. The Strange Tales had a real Marvel had a real weird numbering thing, because Strange Tales went to a certain number, and then it went to it was Strange Tales, and then it became Doctor Strange, right? And then they did another Strange Tales, and they started it at like the end of Strange Tales, so skipping the numbering that had continued to Doctor Strange. It was just bizarre, you know. I think there was 3 different volumes of that. So this is Strange Tales number 176 with the Golem, the thing that walks like a man. So I'm gonna try to piece that together. Here's another one that I pick up when I find them, and this one I wanted to get because it's got an old time villain in there, and it is Luke Cage, Power Man number 21. And Power Man, Luke Cage, he's battled the original Power Man from I believe it was the Avengers. Might even been before that. He might have been before that. He might have been in like Tales to Astonish or Tales of Suspense. Let's see. I got things out of order here. So let's just put them all in order. Okay. This is a series that actually I did not know continued. It's a special Marvel edition, and the first 4 issues of that were like square-bound Thor stories, and from the 60s. So I got those in with my Thors, right? But I thought that was the end of it. I thought it was just that. I remember it was a long time before I had, you didn't have the internet, so you could look at Overstreet, but I never really paid attention to that particular one. I just assumed. And you know what happens when you assume? Well, that's what happened to me. So, but I in the late 80s, I understood that these were it continued, but I didn't really have, there was so much more I wanted to get other than these. Well, now I'm picking up these Bronze Age beauties, and this is special Marvel edition number 5. And with number 5, they started doing reprints of Sergeant Fury. So here we go with number 5. 20 center, Bronze Age, baby. Got the picture frame. Shannon would be all over this. That's number 5. Number 6. The Death Ray of Dr. Zemo. I actually have the original Sergeant Fury and Howling Commandos number 9 with that. So that's pretty cool. That was number 6. Here's number 7. Just Bronze Age beauties, man. Bronze Age beauties. Got to represent for Shannon. Here we go with number 9. So I picked those up. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, they were inexpensive. I don't know if you can see. $2.99. That was it. $2.99. Okay. So very cool. And then I splurged a little bit on this one. So yeah, they're gonna fall off and rip on something. I upgraded this one a little bit here. So this is not Brandek number 1. So cool comedy series from Marvel. And then I picked up, this is another one of those series that I'm slowly making dents in, very slowly. Number 68 of Jonah Hex. And here's an issue of Wonder Woman I picked up. It's either part 2 or part 1. I can't remember which of a 2-part book that I want to get, because the demon's in it. And this is Wonder Woman number 280 with Etrigan the Demon. And I love the demon character, so I'm trying to get his appearances. So, and here's another series that I'm trying to pick up. And it is, let's see. Yeah, there we go. All right, it's OMAC, the one-man army. Here's number 2. Dun, 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 Kirby. KB. And this is a bright yellow cover, number 3. Look at that. So slowly making inroads there. This is another upgrade, and I probably really didn't need to upgrade it, but this was just, these are so special to me, and I know they are to Shannon as well, and probably to some of you guys out there who grew up in that same time period. Those 100 pages for 60 cents by DC. This is World's Finest, number 227. I remember buying this off the spinner rack, just like this one right there, with Dead Man in the story. So it was like extra special, you know. Love Dead Man. So anytime he'd appear, it would be a special story. And then you got, the Golden Age stuff down here with the Vigilante. DC heroes from comic pages to motion pictures, and a little article there. And we got a Rip Hunter story, The Secret of Mount Olympus. I mean, they were just chock full of great stories, But really, this one here is very striking because of the white cover and everything. Oh, it's just so, yeah. I couldn't pass that up and leave that there. And we go with Space Adventures from Charlton. This is, I believe, the 1969, 68, 69 series, Space Adventures. Ran for, I think, 9 issues, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I probably am. And that would not be new. But I'm trying to pick up all these. I think I need like 4 more now for that. And here's another square bound beauty, Marvel King Size Special, number 5 of Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. Cool beans. These were just so cool when I remember seeing them as a kid. When I think of these, I think of the Rexall drugstore downtown where we used to go in my hometown. And you'd see these there, and it was just like, oh, man. They were on an old wooden magazine rack, no, it wasn't they didn't have a spinner rack. They were on an old wooden magazine rack, man. And it was just like, oh, wow, look at these. 25 cents. Look how big it is. When you're a kid, these things feel like they're an encyclopedia in your hands, just too cool, for a quarter, man, for a quarter. And this was an issue I need. I am down to just like, I think I need 5 issues, and they're all single digits for this series. And this is Sea Devils number 9. So making roads into this cool what do they call underappreciated Sea Devils. So cool beans. And I picked this up because I just thought it was cool. Ranger Sly is still, if he's still out there, he'll probably get a kick out of this one here too. I don't know the number because I haven't opened it up yet. But it's Roy Rogers, Roy Rogers. That's just a neat cover, cool picture, and this is in really, really good shape, So I said, I couldn't pass that up. So I couldn't pass it up, but I might pass it along. All right. Then we got, let's see. What was that one? I didn't write it down. Doggone it. Anyway, this is a Gold Key series that I'm trying to pick up. And it is Dr. Solar, Man of the Atom. And I think this is 21. I'm not sure. I looked it up, and of course my memory can't hold on to anything new. So, and it's still in the bag with the sticker on it. So, and then there's this one here, which is another Dr. Solar, but this one I want to check. And this is number 20. That might be 23. Or it could be 20. I can't remember. But this is number 20. Dr. Solar, man of the atoms. You can take this along when you go fishing and read while you got your fishing pole set up there waiting to catch some bass or catfish or something. So, I love it. They, got a little cartoon with Dr. Solar on the back cover. And jokes, telling jokes. Just fun stuff. Fun stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to pick up these when I can and when the wallet allows. So here we go. Adventures into the Unknown. This is number 69. This is what I meant, not Adventures into Unknown Worlds. Adventures into the Unknown. And I think this is one that Metarog mentioned. I haven't opened it up yet. Mentioned that that has a Nemesis story. So here's number 72. This is just one that I picked up because they had, and this is number 168, which I think is another Nemesis one. So, but I have not had a chance to open them up yet. We got 4 more, 5 more. Sorry. We got Archie series, The Shadow, number 6, with the costume version of the Shadow. So I think they only had like 8 or 9 issues of this, I think. So I'm trying to slowly pick those up. I used to have the whole thing, but I gave them away. I gifted them away. And this is Harvey Thriller, Big Hero Adventures, Jigsaw, Man of 1,000 Parts. Love the obscure Harvey superheroes like B-Man and I can't think of the other fella now. Jack Q. Frost. So here's another one. And then these last 3 are romance comics. So Professor Breen, here we go. This is Girl Romances, number 115 with go-go checks. So psyched. Found all 3 of these at the same site, and they were relatively inexpensive. So here's number 117 with more go-go checks. So I was like, wow, cool beans. Jump on that because it's rare. You can find them for an inexpensive price. And here's 119. So that one's got some serious go-go checks on the cover. Look how deep that go-go checks is. So very cool. So when I do the videos, I'm going to do an update on my go-go checks quest as well. So, all right, let me just take these off the computer before it hits a button and crashes, which has been known to do. All right, so let's get back to the peanut gallery once again, see what's cooking. Thank you once again, Maranya, for getting me my starting point. I need all the help I can get. Maranya says, belated good morning to you, Michael G. Cool beans. The Jackson Roykirk says, I got ripped off. I ordered a lot of Prince Ramen comics, but all I got was a bag of stick noodles. Yeah, that's true. Prince Ramen. That's right. That's right. Prince Ramen Noodle. Noodle Man. Dun, dun, dun. Maranya. Yep, there we go. She's giving you the rim shot. Boom, boom. And Jay Lucian says, the Jackson real quick. I didn't laugh that time. Okay, I'm lying. And Eric Breen says, Maranya, will you please use your wrench and put Jackson out of our misery? Oh, there we go. Michael Taylor says, yes, Klugman and Winters. Yes, in that Twilight Zone episode. Speaking of that, while I got it just a second right here. All right. I picked up these two things. I wanted to show these earlier, but I forgot. I forgot last week. I wanted to show them. These little things, I came across these. Grimm's Ghost Stories. And these are put out by Western Publishing, you know, the Gold Key guys, you know. This is like 1977, it says inside. So Grimm's Fairy Tales, Grimm's Ghost Stories, you know, and it's just little like comic strip type of thing, you know, which I thought these are pretty cool. So I didn't see a lot of these. I don't know where they came from. Or whether they were part of something else I don't know, could have been in a Cracker Jacks box. I don't know. But I just thought they were cool, unique. And I said, well, I'll pick those up. So I picked up that one. These two came together. But this one was Twilight Zone. So I said, yeah, I gotta do that. You know? So, I mean, it's just real simple, just like comic strips. You know, and then at the end, we're treated with Rod Serling. Boom, boom, boom. But I thought those were pretty cool. Just another oddball thing, you know. And I'm fascinated by that kind of stuff with comics and whatnot. So, Maranya says Laverne's been behaving for the most part, Eric. Beckerman says, just made it to the front of the line. I will catch the rest on rewind. Have a wonderful Saturday, everyone. Congratulations, you're in. All right, take care, Mr. Beckerman. And Maranya says, take care, Beckerman, and travel safely. Absolutely. And Robert Harrison, another neighbor to the north. How you doing, Bob? Thank you so much for stopping in, hanging out. He says, good morning, everyone. And good morning to you, Bob. Hey, Maranya says, good morning to Bob. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, Rico just flopped next to me, sleeping now after pets. Maranya says, Rico has the right idea. I plan on curling up under the blankets after the show. I don't blame you. If I didn't have stuff I needed to get done today, that's where I'd be. I'd be probably in the recliner with the blanket, you know. So, Michael Taylor says, hello to anyone that just came in. There you go, Michael. Jay says, forget your children. Leave your stuff to me, Jackson. Leave your stuff to me and Jackson. There you go. I gotcha. Yeah. Excuse me. I was surprised. I mean, I wasn't surprised that neither one wanted anything to do with comics because it's always been that way. But I was very, very touched and moved by my son saying that he was going to take one of the books that he knows that I treasure in my collection, and he was going to keep that and frame it, you know, and stuff like that. So I thought that was very, very touching, man. So just when you think you know your kids. D. Jackson, yes, he's agreeing with you, Jay. So Michael Taylor says, Rod, fantastic that your son is going to keep your comics in the family. Yeah, he'll keep some of them, he said. Some of them, he's got, you know, the majority of them he will not. And I wouldn't expect him to. And after I'm gone, they can do whatever you want with them and hopefully be able to get money from them and use it to, you know, for their families, you know. So, but absolutely, I was very touched by that. The Jackson Rocker says, I don't care what Breen says, Jay. You're a cool dude. We all agree. Jay's a cool dude. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, same to you, pal. Wait, what did Breen say about me? Jackson says, wait, what did he say about me? Oh, and Jay says, Breen knows who runs Team Breen 2024. There we go. Yeah, big thumbs up from the professor right there. He's in on it. Jay says he's still laughing out loud. The Jackson Roykirk says, runs it into the ground, you mean? Jay says that would imply it got off the ground. And Jackson, he's laughing at that. And the professor says, Jay runs it, Jackson. I can't believe you would say that about me, about my and friend. Thanks, Breen. You're the best, says Jay. And Eric Breen says, now my ex and friend. Yeah, I'm fickle, says Jay. The Jackson Roykirk says he's just after your books too, Eric. Whoops. There we go. You're the best, Jackson. Best friends for life, says Jay. Jay also says, our books, right, Breen? Eric Breen says, we know which Power Man Zach was rooting for. Uh-oh. And Jay says, laughing out loud, that sounded, well, there you go. Eric Breen, he's rolling around laughing now. The Jackson Roykirk says, that sounds like Zach. Michael Taylor says, when you assume you make, a line from The Odd Couple. Absolutely. And that's exactly what I did. You are correct, Michael. Jay says, I really need to start collecting Jonah Hex. Yeah, it's one of those ones, such a long run. And you can find them. I know you can find some Jonah Hex at Triple C's claim sales sometimes. So there you go. $2 for a Jonah Hex book, free shipping. Oh, man. Got to check them out. Michael Taylor says, you and me. He says, yes, sir. Jay Lucian says, it's been on my wish list for longer than I care to admit, Michael. Yeah. And Jay also says, Eric Breen, big football day today. I'll probably jump on the stream tonight so we can review it to ease the light. Michael Taylor says, very cool, world's finest Statue of Liberty cover. Yeah, like I said, there are certain books and those 60-cent 100 pages, man. I've told you guys over and over and over ad nauseum what they mean to me and the connection to my grandfather. And they just will always hold a special place in my collection and in my heart. So, yes, it is very, very cool indeed to me. Eric Breen says, great, no RDV tonight so we can sports ball with impunity. Jay says, laugh all out. This is true, he says. The Jackson Roykirk says, you nerds. Eric Breen says, laugh may show up. His two teams are both playing at noon. Ironhide says, awesome John Severin cover. Well, thank you so much. Pretty cool stuff. Absolutely. Those Sergeant Furies. Jay says, guilty. He also says, undefeated Indiana. And Eric Breen says, those two words don't go together, but here we are. Jay says, not unless you're referencing the 1975 basketball team. No, they're not. Michael Taylor says, very cool Sea Devils. That title has a lot of fantastic covers. Yes, it does. Like a lot of the war books that DC put out, they have some really fantastic covers. I think they might even be painted covers, some of them. They look some of them are really, really spectacular. So I agree with you, Michael. Ranger Sly says, Roy Rogers, king of the Cowboys, and his dog Bullet. Sweet. There you go, Ranger. Love it. I knew you'd appreciate a good Western there. So very cool. Thank you. Jay Lucian says, that Dr. Solar cover is awesome. I mean, so many of those Gold Key series have, you've heard Shannon talk about it. I mean, he knows way more than I would ever know. Well, that I will ever know. And they're just, what was it, George Wilson, I believe is his name, just phenomenal. He was such a prolific painter. It's just a tragedy if all those covers that he did, painted covers, and all that original artwork was lost. That's just a tragedy. I don't know if they were, but boy, you don't hear too much about it. When that book comes out, I'd love to be able to read and find out what happened to all those paintings that he did, or the majority of them. So hopefully that'll be in the book as well. So yeah, I agree with you, Dr. Solo. They had some really cool covers. And Jackson Roykirk says, "Memory? What's that?" Yeah, that's where I'm at, Jackson. Man, I'm telling you. I can, like I told you before, I can remember stuff from being a kid and like it's yesterday. But geez, girl, I can't remember the word pulps. I could not. That was not going to come through. Unbelievable. Jay says that cover is awesome too. Thank you so much. He says that's a clean copy. Yeah, I'm not sure which one of those you mean was the clean copy. That's the only problem. I'm so slow in reading the chat. I apologize. So Michael Taylor says, I think they changed Shadow's costume after the second issue on that series. Well, that was number 6, I believe. So I don't know. I haven't opened it up to see. The Jackson Merkit says, I love. Michael Taylor says, Rod, maybe one day you can show some of your comic book related hardbacks. I don't have too many comic related hardbacks, to be honest with you, Michael. I'm trying to think. I really don't have a whole lot of I got some Marvel masterpieces. If that's what you mean. I might not be understanding fully what you mean by comic book related hardbacks. But if you could just let me know if I'm on the right path. But I don't think I'm pretty sure I don't have a lot of hardbound ones, because I always was one for the original issues. So I never got into buying like the omnibuses or anything like that, because I just like having the individual issues so that I can pull them out and smell them, enjoy them, and remember, where was I when I got this, when I first read this story, what was I doing? So, but let me know what you're thinking of as it relates to comic book related hardbacks, Michael, and I'll let you know if I do have some, because I could be spacing it again. He says, terrific books. Well, thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Werewolf says, what year and month did the 12-cent comics start? I don't know the exact date. I would guess somewhere around, 66 maybe? 66, 65 maybe? I do not know. If you know, please share, Werewolf, because that is not something I kept in my head. Robert Harrison says they might have been in cereal boxes. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Bob. These could very well have been in cereal boxes. I was looking for something like that to see that it was like a cereal premium, but I couldn't find anything in any of them that said, anything, like, permission granted to Captain Crunch or something like that. I couldn't find anything that says that, but I haven't done a thorough on internet research of them, which I plan to do here at some point. So, but you could be onto something there, Bob. Maranya says 1962 was the year of the 12-cent comic books, Werewolf. There you go, Maranya. I wouldn't have remembered that. So I should too. Now that it's easy to know, because it's should be easy for me to remember. That's the year I was born. So, and Werewolf by Lunchtime says last year, Maranya. First year, Werewolf. She says, Eric Breen says Rod was touched by that story until he got a call from a dealer saying he'd heard that there was a Hulk #2 for sale. Yeah. What? You are so right, Eric. Oh man, that would not be cool. No, my son would not do that. Would he? She put down another line. It is 4 minutes of 12 already. Wow. Okay, let's see. What else do I got? I got some more. And we were talking about the Archie superheroes. I got some of those we can share. So if you guys want to watch that or see them, so let's see. Let's see what we got here. All right. Here's another one of those series that you've heard me say this a million times already this morning that I'm trying to collect, like everybody else. We got a million. It's like juggling. You got a million balls in the air that you're trying to fill in. This is Adventures of the Fly, Archie Adventure Series. This is number 11 of the Fly. Adventures of the Fly. It went through like 3 different name changes. First it was The Fly, then it was Adventures of the Fly, and then it was Fly Man. And then it became, didn't it become Mighty Comics? I think it became Mighty Comics, if I'm not mistaken. So here is the Fly, Adventures of the Fly number 12. This is like, reminds me of the movie The Incredible Shrinking Man. The guy who went up against a cat. That movie was always haunted me. Whenever I'd see it on late night or Creature Feature, I would watch it because I was just fascinated by that. I think a little bit was to do with the atom. I like the atom. But the way at the end, they just kind of leave it kind of there for you to figure out where he kept shrinking. Where did he go? Where did he go? Did he go to Subatomica, like the Fantastic Four or whatever? You know. Here is Adventures of the Fly number 23, and we're doing the Meta-Rog on this one. Meta-Rog, doing the Meta-Rog. So there we go. Here is Adventures of the Fly number 24, 1963. All the way from 1963. And the Time Travel Spinnerack. Here we go with number 27, Adventures of the Fly and Mrs. Fly. Fly Girl. Here's number 28, Adventures of the Fly. You don't see him a lot. Adventures of the any of the Archie Adventure series, really, you don't see a lot. This one here needs an upgrade, but hey, this will do until then because it's got a little added additional color and writing to the cover. This is, what number is it? This is Adventures of the Fly 30. This was on sale on the spinner racket in August 1st, 1964. So there you go. As you can see, somebody wrote up here number 9 cents, and then over here they colored in the 12 cents. They scratched it out. Probably was in somebody's yard sale or something. I don't know. All right. And what was that one? That was 30. Okay. All right. Anyway, we're going to jump into Mighty Comics now. Mighty Comics presents The Web versus Iron Fist. Wait a minute. That doesn't look like Iron Fist to me. Here's number 40. Got The Web going up against Iron Fist. Hold on. All right. And speaking of The Web, There you go. This is one of the Remco action figures from the 70s, I think it was. Or maybe 80s. I think it might have been 80s, actually. So that's the web. The web action figure. All right, here is number 41 of Mighty Comics presenting the Shield. Crack. And number 42, Black Hood, Man of Mystery, Mighty Comics presents. These were a good way to get to know those characters. Here we go with number 44. Where's my 43? Oh, man. Drives me crazy. All right, number 44, Mighty Comics presents Man of Mystery, the Black Hood. And we're doing the Metarog on this one, too. We're doing the Breen and the Metarog. Breen and the Metarog. Here we go with number 45. Mighty Comics presents The Shield again. Number 46. It's Steel Sterling, Man of Steel. Dun, dun, dun. And number 47 is the Black Hood, Man of Mystery. Who's down here on the bottom? Mr. Justice. A rare appearance from Mr. Justice. Cool beans. And number 48, presenting the Shield once again. And the backup feature is the Hangman. So, and again, we're doing the double duty here with the Metarog and the Breen. The Breening and the Metarog. Boom, boom, boom. I like this cover. And I believe this is the last issue for this. Number 50. And it's Mighty Comics presents The Black Hood. Whoops. All that time, and I forgot to put that down. There we go. All right. Continuing on with those same characters, we're jumping over to the Mighty Crusaders. Here is number 1. Why is that back on again? There we go. All right. The Mighty Crusaders. And this is number 3. Man, I'm missing a lot out of this. It's probably in somewhere mixed in. Here we go with number 3 of the Mighty Crusaders. And number 5. Back on again. Now, I am not clicking on that. I don't know why that's doing that. Here's number 6. The Mighty Crusaders. It would have been cool to have a Mighty Crusaders cartoon. That would have been pretty neat. I'm looking forward to the Defenders of the Earth comic that's going to be coming out sometime here soon. Because I always liked the cartoon and I love the characters, especially Mandrake and the Phantom. So here's the last issue of the Mighty Crusaders, number 7, with showcasing Steel Sterling. And now to finish it off, we got some Skywald comics. We got Butch Cassidy, number 2 from Skywald. These are all square bound babies, and I'm a sucker for square bound books, man. Here's the Bravados, #1. A little Western action. There you go, Ranger Sly. A little Western action. There is the Bravados. That was #1, but this one says, oh, okay, I say that was the Bravados #1. This one here is actually Wild Western Action #1, featuring the Bravados. Had me off for a second there. There we go. Here we go with the Sundance Kid, #1, Guns of Death. And we'll finish it off with Blazing Six Guns, #2, featuring the Sundance Kid. There we go. You don't see Skywalds too often either. You know. All right. Okay. All righty. I'm gonna make a mess here. Okay, and the line came back up again. I don't know how it does that. Oh, maybe I'm being hacked live and on the air. Well, thank you so much, Maranya, again for the line. Michael Taylor saying, speaking of George Wilson, he also worked on pulps. Oh, and now that I don't find that surprising because, I mean, it seemed like it would be a natural progression, you know, for somebody obviously with his talent. It would have been prime for pulps, painting covers like that. So absolutely, very cool. Thank you for that, Michael. Eric Breen says governor pieces. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, sir. You're right. Marvel governor pieces. And Comics Embrace. Hey, CE, great to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. And saying 1962 through 69 was the 12-cent era of comics. 7 years, man. 7 years. And then you look at the 70s. I was just noticing this when I was cataloging some books here the other day. And I was going through a lot of Bronze Age stuff. And it was just, I had to look them up to see what volume they were in and stuff like that. And man, it was just like, I put down the prices, the cover prices on them. And man, it was like they'd go up 5 cents and that would last 5 months, 6 months. And then they'd raise it another 5 cents. And then that would last another 5, 7 months, crazy, crazy, crazy. They really boomed, inflated the price by the end of the 70s. And Comics Embrace also says hello to other friends in Big Wave. There you go. Great to have you with us once again. Thanks for spending part of your Saturday with us. Appreciate it. Lee Jackson Roykirk says the 12-cent comics started the same year that the 10-cent comics stopped. There's a wise man right there. Absolutely. He is on the ball right there. You got it, Jackson. I'm with you. Maranya says, hey there, Comics Embraced. Michael Taylor says, meaning books that tell and show the history of comics, old pictures of covers, and if this makes any sense. Yeah, okay, now I see what you mean. But I really don't have any. I don't really have any, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think real hard because hardcovers are not something I usually not my stock and trade. I have some soft cover stuff, stuff like a Justice League companion that might show, the Justice Leagues and for a certain age and stuff like that. But I'm trying to really think. That's you're giving me something to think on here. See, and let me dig that. See what I can dig through the collection here and find out. Okay. Taylor, hardcover. Okay, cool beans. I'll look into that, Michael, and see. Just off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that comes to my mind other than like those Marvel governor pieces. All right, said it right. But so I'll definitely check into that. Thank you, Michael. And if any of you guys, want to see something from me and Shannon, don't be afraid to throw something in the comments there or throw them underneath the video and say, hey, why don't you show us your, I don't know, your Captain Marvel or, you know, Captain Storm or something like that. Whatever you'd like to see. If we've got it, we'll show it. One of the things I want to pull out for next week, because next week will be pretty much I would guess a heavy Halloween themed show, and pull out like my Monster Worlds, the newspapers, pull out some of those, and some of the magazines and stuff like that to look through and show as well. So I think that'll be fun. So Quite Enough Sayer says those early flies are good stuff. Yeah. Still trying to finish off that. I think I probably need at least about a dozen more to finish that run. But they're always cool when you can snag one of those up because it's just, again, it's like a piece of history. And it's a piece of comic history that I never had access to as a kid. So it's always fun to get those books. Though I like the characters and to just want to read all the stories about those characters, that you love. And that's what it was for me was the characters. I just love the characters, the artwork, the stories. And like I said, the morality play was a big thing for me, good versus evil, and good always wins. Yes. So thank you so much for that, Q&S. I Am One of Us says, nice fly adventures. Thank you so much, I Am One of Us. Appreciate that. And Michael Taylor says, cool title design on the web. Yeah, they had some neat things that they did with those covers on the Marvel Comics Presents. Not Marvel Comics Presents. Mighty Comics Presents. Doy. Eric Breen says, does that web figure come with a nagging wife? Web fans will get that. Oh, I thought you meant maybe my wife. She might, she didn't give me too much grief about it. I mean, so. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Okay. All righty. So, where am I here? Okay. I Am One of Us says, cool Remco figure. Yeah, that was pretty neat. What's the other one I got? I was looking to see if I had it here. I've got the web Comet. I got the Comet, and there's one more still at the shop that I might pick up here at some point. It's one of the villains called the Eraser. So that would be cool to have three of those Remco figures from those heroes, the MLJ guys. That would be pretty cool. So, and you don't see them, and when you do see them, they want a lot of money for them. So, luckily, I found a place that it's right on the border of pricey, not pricey, affordable. So, yeah, thank you very much. I Am One of Us. RDV says, I'm having way more fun than one should have at a mall. The malls used to be the place to go and hang out like Friday and Saturday nights around here anyway. That tells you how exciting life was here in Maine and southern New Hampshire. RDV says, I just found the beef jerky store. Got some wild game sticks. Well, there you go. It don't get no better than that, does it? All right. The Jackson Roykirk says, whoa, a Breen and Metarog together. There should be a law against that. That's it. Double dip in there. RDV says, also tried Shake Shack for the first time. Not worth the money. Oh man, if they can't make a good shake, what good are they? Eric Brino, he's laughing. Huh? The Jackson Roykirk says, do not adjust your computer. We, the chat, are in control. Crazy Hungarian Joe, he says, just hand just hand my hands on some, just had my hand. I think he's what he's saying. Just had my hands on some Mighty Crusaders books and hesitated. Oh, ooh, ooh. If they were affordable, go back and get them. Great reads. Fun stuff. It's just fun reads. Maranya says, Rod, that Mighty Heroes cartoon show is on Tubi TV, along with the Defenders of the Earth and a lot of other classic cartoons. I've only ventured on to Tubi a few times. I just never think of it. You know, usually my TV habits are wrestling and Me TV. And Inspiration Network. Those three channels are pretty much the ones that we cling to. But I've got to get back because I love the Mighty Heroes. I'd love to get those on DVD. I know they're out there on DVD. And there's a lot of those type of things that I'd love to get. I've got like some of the Super Six on DVD and stuff like that. Cartoons that I remember as a kid. So yeah, I love the Mighty Heroes. Yeah, Mighty Heroes. Dun, dun, dun. Cuckoo, cuckoo. So, absolutely. Thank you for that, Maranya. Good to know. And I think I will be jumping on YouTube. Tubi. YouTubey. QNS says any Skywald is good Skywald. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't see them too often, and you certainly don't come across them in like comic stores. Very rarely do I come across any Skywald. Usually I have to go to eBay or a comic store online with which to get them. So I'm right there with you, QNS. Lead Paint Greg, he says, get them while you can, Hungarian. They are still relatively nicely priced these days. I agree with Greg. If they're still there, man, and they're affordable for your budget, get it back over there and get them. You won't regret it. So absolutely. Tempest from Mars says, talking of old cartoons getting a comic series, there's a Herculoids comic on the way. Oh, really? Oh, man. Oh, don't tease me. Don't tease me. I want to know because I've been so hoping that there would be the success of Space Ghost, Johnny Quest, and Flash Gordon. So hoping that those would be a successful enterprise, that they would expand it to include some more Hanna-Barbera superheroes. So with the Herculoids coming, that sounds awesome. That sounds like it's working, and I can't wait. Do you have any other information on it, Tempest? Because I'd be extremely interested, my friend. Herculoids are just they're part of my golden age of cartoons, what I consider just my personal golden age of cartoons. 66, 67, 68, man. That was it for me. Those cartoons, superheroes, just love them. Just love them. I'd love to see a new Birdman. I'd love to see a new Mitor series. Those would be cool. Young Samson, just cool stuff. Cool beans. That's awesome news. Thank you, Tempest. Comics Embraced says, love the Herculoids. I'm hoping it's good, Tempest. Yeah, me too, man. I'm right there with you, CE. Mike Taylor says, this Sunday there will be a Creature of the Black Lagoon super collector on Me TV. Oh, yeah, on the Collector's Call show. Yeah, I watch that once in a while. My wife actually found that show and started recording it for me about a year and a half, 2 years ago almost. So yeah, they've had some pretty real cool stuff in there. So that'll be good to watch. I like the Creature from the Black Lagoon. So thank you for that TV viewing tip, Michael. Appreciate it. These are very cool books, Rob. Well, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that, man. Tempest says, I'm looking forward to it as well, Comics Embrace. It should be out the start of next year. Oh, wow, we got to wait till next year. Well, maybe they'll introduce some more with it and make like another 3 books would be cool. That would be awesome. Oh, man, I love it. Robert Harrison says 10-cent comics lasted for 30 years. Wow. Golden age right on through. Right up to what, 62? Man, oh man. Imagine if you. Well, I was born in '62, so, but I wonder sometimes if comics would have meant as much to me if I was younger. I mean, if I was born earlier, like in say I was born like when my dad was born, like I think he was born in '38. Like if I was born in like early 40s, and then by the end of the 40s, I'd have been of age to read comics and stuff like that. I wonder if they would have meant as much to me, is because you never know what cartoons are what hooked me on the superheroes. I knew about the TV cartoons superheroes before I knew about comics. So I just wonder. I gotta feel. I gotta believe I would somehow uh, get to know comics. So I think, but just imagine all the stuff that you would have been able to read then. Oh my gosh! Crazy Hungarian says, "Agreed, lead paint. No more hesitation." There you go. Go get him, Joe. Go get him. Lead Paint says Dynamite is doing well with Space Ghost and Johnny Quest, so hopefully they'll apply that formula to the new Herculoids comic. Absolutely, I'm right there with you, Greg. I really really hope they do because those franchises, those comic characters meant so much to me as a kid, and still mean a lot to me. And it would just be so cool to see them come around, and hopefully a whole new generation might see these and appreciate them. So that would be extremely cool. So we're keeping our fingers crossed, brother. Mike Taylor said, "Great show as always. Had a blast. Rod and Peanut Gallery, have a great weekend and upcoming week." Well, you too, Michael. Thank you once again for hanging out with us, my friend. Appreciate you spending your Saturday with us as always. Great to have you, and we'll see you next week. So, and the Gray Man says, cheerio, everyone. And cheerio to you too, Gray Man. Have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to check out the Gray Man, 2 o'clock today, Eastern time. All my times are Eastern time because I'm not smart enough to figure out what time they're on in their own time zone. But at 2 o'clock today, Eastern time, Cover Slingers with the Gray Man on the Gray Man channel. Check him out, participate. You get to vote and see who's going to get bragging rights for the best covers of the week. So definitely check them out on Gray Man's channel. Cover Slingers, be there. Michael Taylor says, "No problem, Rod. Don't sweat it." Well, thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate that, man. And Leadbane says, "See you, Gray." And Maranya says, "Take care, Rod, Peanut Gallery, the studio audience, and Maranya's legion of peanut pets. Stay safe, warm, and hydrated." Words to live by. Thank you so much, Maranya, once again for keeping us in line and keeping me in line. So I appreciate it. Hopefully, everybody will have a great rest of the week. Crazy Hungarian says, "Have a good one, Gray Man." He says, "You as well, Maranya. Have a great weekend." "Thank you, Hungarian," she says. "You do the same." And Robert Harrison says, "Happy trails until we meet again when comics were fun." Yeah, Bob, take care. I'll be checking out the Bob show there, your usual movie reviews. If you get a chance, check out Bob's channel, Robert Harrison 2.0. He always puts up what he watches on like Fridays or Saturdays. So definitely check him out. Lots of fun. And he's got go look through his videos too, because he plays a lot of music, which is very cool. And he shows a lot of his comic books too from time to time. Very cool indeed. So check him out. Easy Comic Reader says, "Stay groovy, y'all. Have a great weekend, everyone." Easy, thank you once again for what you do, man. We appreciate it. Check out Easy Comic Reader's channel. He's got that great variety show going. He's got that thing revved up, and I love it every week. I love it. And thank you so much for imparting your knowledge on how you do that with the video things, along with Triple C. Rob and him both gave me hints on how to be able to pull down videos and use them. And it's opened up a whole new world for me. You guys don't know how much you guys have helped me. So thank you both, ECR and Triple C. Thank you so much. Hopefully it will be to the betterment of this show. So thank you. QNS says, get some air, Rod. It's nicer today than it will be soon enough. Yeah, you got that right, QNS. I know it's supposed to be 70 here today, and I'll be outside for a good portion of the afternoon, so I'll enjoy that. But man, I am just not ready for winter at all. Michael Taylor says, cool Avatar Comics embrace. There you go. Michael Taylor says, 38, your dad just missed out on Action Comics 1. Yeah. My dad was not a comic fan. I think maybe he had one or two Captain Marvels. That was it. And I think he had a Mary Marvel that I had for a long time, and I don't know what happened to that. That really bothered me because that was like a connection between us. So, but I don't know what happened to that comic. The only thing I can think is amongst the times I got my stuff got thrown out, my comics got thrown out, that might have went with it, and it's just gone. So, but yes, sir. Lead Paint says 10 centers lasted 30 years, but the page count decreased over that period of time to half. I did not know that. That's right, because they were very thick, the Golden Age stuff. They were very, very thick. And Michael Taylor says, Rod, yes. The Jackson Roykirk says, I'm off to get some chores done around the house. Thanks for a great start to the day, Rod and Peanuts. Well, thank you so much, Jackson. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the kind words. It's always fun to have you in the Peanut Gallery join in on our Saturday mornings. We wouldn't be having as much fun without you guys, because you guys are the show, as we say so often. I'm sure you probably get sick of it, but man, you guys are the show. Really enjoyed it. Had a lot of great conversations today. Learned some stuff today. So thank you all very much. And I think that catches me up with everybody. And it is 12:30. And those of you who are looking for something to do right now, get ready to go scoot on over to Triple C's channel. Get a front row seat so you can get a good look at them $2 comics. Pick yourself up a couple, or pick yourself up a dozen. Why not? So, and Shannon will be back next week. Thank you so much for putting up with me. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, Shannon will be back next week, and we'll be back at it. Same bat time, same bat channel. And thank you all once again for just being part of our show and hanging out with us Saturday mornings. It means a lot to us, and I hope you enjoy it just as much as we do. So, all right, folks, you guys have a great day, and we will see you next week. Adios.